In English, we call this your spine. And your spine has a very important job as well. The spine, or the backbone, you might hear backbone, it's a long row of bones in your back. It helps you stand up straight and protects your spinal cord. So I'm not going to talk too much about the nervous system. It's what we call it in English, but your brain and your spinal cord are like the most important parts of your nervous system. And luckily you have that spine that protects your spinal cord. And if you ever damage your spine or your vertebrae, we'll talk about that in a minute, or your spinal cord, that might affect the way you can walk. So in English, you might hear a paraplegic, and that is a person who doesn't have the ability to use their legs. So maybe that happened at birth. Maybe that happened because of some damage to their spine or their backbone or their vertebrae or their spinal cord. And if you ever hear quadriplegic, quad meaning four, in English, a quadriplegic cannot use their legs or their arms. So again, it might be for a number of reasons, but one of the most common reasons I've heard of, somebody dives into a pool and hits their head. I've heard many stories about that. Damage to the spinal cord or the vertebrae. So vertebrae are the bones that go up and down on your spine like a ladder. So if you damage any vertebrae, that can be very bad. It can affect the way you move your body. And I've heard the higher up you hurt your vertebrae, the more it will affect the rest of your body. So be careful there. Again, we're not talking about the nervous system. It's the brain and the spinal cord. But just to let you know, the spinal cord is like a long, thin bunch of nerves in your back that helps your brain talk to the rest of your body. Vertebrae. Vertebrae are the little bones stacked in your back like building blocks. They make your spine strong and let you stand up straight. And that is definitely Latin. You see that word ends with an A and an E. Doesn't look like English to me. So many medical terms we use in English are in fact directly from Latin.